What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite browsers, which is the Zen browser. It's pretty easy to use, has lots of unique features, and focuses on user friendliness and privacy. So without further talking, let's get to the video. To download the Zen browser, simply go to zen-browser.app and you'll land on their homepage. Here you can scroll down to see some snippets or a glimpse of some of the features and the unique traits of the Zen browser. And from there you can download it. So I'll just click here on download Zen now. And here it detects that I'm using a MacBook, so it asks me to download the Mac version. However, it's also available for Windows and Linux. So continue. And here I can choose between the Intel, if I have an Intel MacBook, or an M or an Apple Silicon MacBook. So I have an Apple Silicon MacBook M1, so I'll click download. And as you can see here, the download is finished. So I'm going to open the file. And I would install it the same way I'd install any other application on my laptop. Now, the installation process, of course, will be different depending on your operating system. However, for me, for Mac, I'll just drag the icon here to the application folder. And after a few moments, it should be installed. Now here, you need to open it. If you are using Windows, go to the Start menu and open it. On Mac, you can open the Launchpad and open the application, or simply using the Spotlight here, search for Zen, and here is the Zen browser. Open it. And the first time you open it, it'll go through the usual setup process for Mac. Okay, are you sure you want to open it? Yes. And now here it is, it's now open and ready to go. Now I'll guide you through the setup process. Okay, next. And here you can choose your theme if you want the light theme or the dark theme. I prefer the dark theme. Or you can choose a color here from this color palette. And as you go ahead here, you can choose whatever color suits you. And as you can see here, it changes the color accents on the buttons. So depending on the look that you like. I like this orange look. Okay, next. Okay, here you have the option to import your data, your bookmarks, your passwords from other browsers that are on your system. But I don't want to do it right now. Next. And here you can choose a search engine. I prefer to use Google. Okay, next. And here the setup process is complete. Now you have the Zen browser interface. Now at the top here you have your address bar and you have your favorites button, you have your extensions button, which we'll talk about later. Here you have the refresh, the back and forward, so the usual buttons and options available for any browser. However, here you have a tab on the left and you have here the option to collapse it and expand it to have more space. Now here you have your Zen sidebar, which has many options. And here you have your default workspace. Now, a great feature that I want to talk about in the Zen browser is the ability to create different workspaces. So a workspace is like a group of tabs that will open together once you open this workspace. So let's say, for example, you have several websites you open regularly for work. You can have a workspace for work and a workspace for shopping. You already have some shopping websites that you are using and so on. And here you can create a new tab, of course, and you have the downloads option to access your downloads. Now, to create a new workspace, it's pretty easy. Let's open a website, for example, let's say eBay. So ebay.com. Okay. And here it is, as you can see, it's now open. And let's in a new tab open, for example, Ali or CJ Dropshipping. .com. Okay, and here let's say I'm using these two websites regularly to shop for items, and now I'm ready to add them to a workspace. Now to create a new workspace or view your workspaces, it's pretty easy. Go to here where it says default workspace, click on it, and here you have the option to view all your workspaces or simply create a new one. So I'll create a new one. I'll name it shopping. Okay, create workspace, and now the workspace is added. Now I'll hop back to my default workspace. I'll add the CJ Dropshipping, so right click on it and then change tab to Workspace Shopping. And here it's added to the shopping. Let's go back, default, let's move eBay. Okay, change to workspace shopping. Okay, and now if I go ahead and open and go back to default workspace, for example, as you can see here, I can open new tabs, for example, for other websites, such as let's open, for example, youtube.com. Now YouTube will open, and let's, in this tab, open canva.com, for example. And now here, these are the two tabs that are open in the default workspace. If I switch to the shopping workspace, as you can see, CJ Dropshipping and eBay are added, and I can add new tabs to this workspace as well. And as you can see, also the workspaces are represented at the bottom here with the icon. So this is the default workspace, and this is the shopping workspace. Now, another great feature that I want to show you here is the ability to add essentials, or in other words, favorites that will show up at all times here at the top on your sidebar. So for example, let's say I'm using Canva on a regular basis, no matter what workspace I'm in, and I want to add it here to access it, to be able to access it at all times. So simply right click on Canva, and here add to essentials. And as you can see, a button here will appear that says Canva. And if I switch to a new workspace, as you can see, the essentials here, which is Canva, is shown no matter which workspace I'm on. Now let's add, for example, CJ Dropshipping as a new essential. So add to essentials. And here you can have more than one. You can rearrange them. And here they are rearranged, as you can see. Now, another great feature is the ability to show multiple websites in one screen using split view, which is really handy if you want to compare prices. For example, if you are shopping on more than one shopping site and you want to compare prices for one item, or if you have like a document opened and you have a Google Translate or any translate service, or even ChatGPT, and you want to summarize, for example, parts of this document. So you name it, the use case scenario, and to open two websites in split view, simply make sure both of them are open. So here I have eBay, for example, and for this one, let's say I will open ChatGPT. So chatgpt.com. Okay. And now I have two tabs open. And now to open them in split view, simply hold Command or Control on Windows, select the two tabs that you want to open in split view, right click, and here you will see split two tabs. And now the two tabs will open and you can see them side by side, and you can control them also whichever tab your cursor is on, you can control it with your mouse. So I'm scrolling here on eBay, and once I switch to ChatGPT, I can click on the buttons here. So that's pretty convenient. And you can have more than two tabs in the split view. So let's add a new tab, and let's here open Canva, for example, .com. And now let's say I want the three tabs in a split view. Simply hold Command or Control, select the three tabs, right click, and then split three tabs. And as you can see here, you have the split view of three tabs. And here you can control the spacing between them. So having one bigger than the other, or controlling the spaces of the two tabs here. And if I click on this button, I can interact with Canva. And as you can see here, I can interact with whichever tab my cursor is on, which is pretty cool. Now, the last feature I want to talk about in this video is the ability to download extensions. And here, if I click on the extensions button, and here you can see that you can get extensions and themes on addons.mozilla.org. And since the Zen browser is based or built on the Firefox browser, it does support the add-ons and extensions and themes available for Firefox through mozilla.org. So here you have extensions, you can add themes as well, or even plugins. So for extensions here, let's go to addons.mozilla.org, and here you can get the extension that you want. So let's, for example, install the weather extension. So you would do it, or you'd install it the same way you'd install any extension on the Firefox browser. And here, add to Firefox. Okay, here, add. And now this extension is now added. And now if I click on the extensions button, I can see the weather extension. And if I open it, I can interact with it the same way I would do on Firefox. Now, as you can see, the Zen browser is pretty easy to use, pretty user-friendly. It has lots of great features, and it's also lightweight and very snappy. So I do encourage you to go ahead and download it, and I'm sure that you'll like it and continue using it.